You're on track for sub 17. You're potentially on track for a personal best. Just give it everything you can now. Don't relent, don't give up, and just push hard. Hey guys, how are we all doing? So, today is the day after the 5k track race that I did in a new personal best of 16 minutes and 41 seconds. You'll probably see at the end of the race day vlog, I was just really over the moon with that. It wasn't something that I had been training for. It wasn't my A race. It was just something that I entered. I did race 2, which I did win, but it was a much slower time of 17:39. And I just thought, you know, I'm just going to enter this race, do race the third race in the series and just see how it goes. But obviously my A races have been the half marathons that I've booked, which didn't go to plan, but that's for another time. So I haven't been doing any specific speed training for this. I've been doing speed training, but if I was training for a 5k as an A race, I would have been doing a lot faster stuff than I had been doing. Which is good. It is really good and promising and good stuff to see that obviously moving towards the half marathon distance, I'm not losing that short end speed. I am still keeping in some speed sessions there, don't get me wrong, but they're not as specific as they would be if I was just focusing on that 5k, like when I went 16:42 for the first time, the first under 17 minutes. I really was working on those sort of 1k reps, 400 meter reps, 800 meter reps. Yeah, this video today is going to be a little bit of a dive in sort of to the performance of the race. Things like the shoe. So I wore the SAUCONY Endorphin Pro 3, which I haven't actually done a review on yet, so we'll get a review out to you guys. This isn't going to be a review, more of just how did this shoe perform for me. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the shoe, a little bit about the nutrition that I used before the race, which you would have seen it in the vlog, which is the Free State Energy Gummies, which, disclaimer, I cannot recommend these enough. Honestly, I use these for all my hard sessions now and all my hard races, and they always pull out a PB. Well, they don't always, you know. I can't guarantee a PB, but they have always really, really helped. Mainly, we're going to be talking about my splits, how I felt and all that kind of thing. Just the stuff you want to analyse after a race. We will start off with talking about my splits and going over what they look like and how I was feeling. So, having a look at my splits, let's have a look. So, I'll put the image up on the screen here, but you can see that my average pace was 5 minutes and 18 seconds with a best of 4:06, which is in the last 800 metres, which you'll see hopefully from the vlog. I left the camera at the side of the track, so it's not the best way of getting footage, but I didn't have anyone there to do it for me. How do I tackle a race? So, when I tackle a race like this, I try and see what the other guy's going to do, but also I play to my strengths. So I know that I'm a good finisher in a race. I'm always a good finisher in a race, whether it be the last 800, 400 or 200, something like that. I just find that energy and that willpower to just want to get over that line, which I've found that a lot of other people that I race don't seem to have as much as I do when I do it. So I always use that to my advantage and play out the race. So it was an easy effort. It wasn't at all. We was moving at about 5:20, 5:25 minute mile pace, but it felt comfortable. I'm not gonna exaggerate that. It did feel comfortable, but tough. You know, comfortably hard. But I didn't feel. Sometimes when I'm running at that pace, straight away I think, oh my god, mile 2 is going to be absolutely awful because I'm really, really struggling. I didn't feel like that at all. I felt under control. My breathing felt good. I felt in a rhythm. It was feeling good. So I thought, we'll see what Luke and Yanis do and if they make any moves, and if they don't, we'll stick with this. This feels good. It's on track for a sub 17 if I have a good finish. So we'll stick with it. We'll stick with them. We'll see what they do and play it from there. And basically that is how it played out. We didn't really lose much distance on first place all the way round. I stayed tucked in quite nicely behind Luke, and someone stayed in quite nicely tucked behind me. And we sort of stayed in that position the whole way around for the 12.5 laps. The pacing was very, very consistent. Yeah, we got 5:23 minute mile pace for the first mile, 5:25 for the second, 5:16 for the third. which is obviously when I started to kick for that final 800 metres. So the pacing was very even and very on track, and did feel pretty comfortable right until the end. So the exciting bit for me, the bit that I really enjoyed and would have been way more fun on the vlog if I had somebody else there recording, so I'm sorry about that. You can't really see the full excitement of the move that I did to take over second and first place at that time. But that final 800 metres, well actually it was just before the 800 metres, so as I was coming down the home straight of the third lap coming into the second lap, that's when I thought, yep, put your foot on the pedal, let's go. Made my move to attempt to catch up to position 1. With 1 lap to go, I was ahead, and then obviously checking to see what position 2 and 3 were doing. They were moving fast, but not responding as much to my move. And I was just being really positive in my mindset, thinking you can hold this pace, you're on track for sub 17, you're potentially on track for a personal best. Just give it everything you can now. Don't relent, don't give up, and just push hard. And that's what I did. It was hard. You know, I was feeling really comfortable all the way around until that final, let's say, 900 metres. And that was a real push. But I was moving really, really fast there. I actually did the final 800 metres in 2 minutes and 23 seconds, which is a pretty decent 800 metre time to do at the end of a 5k race where I've been sort of going to the best of my ability there or thereabouts all the way around. So I'm really, really happy with that. It shows that I shifted some speed there at the end. That's just how I race. I start off strong, settle into a rhythm and finish strong. And it seems to work for me. These were absolutely awesome. They did perform really, really well, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. I used these on my half marathon race at Folkestone Half Marathon, which wasn't a good race for me in terms of overall time, but that was nothing to do with the shoes at all. They're incredibly comfortable over that half marathon distance with no blisters, hot spots or anything like that, and they did feel really comfortable and responsive. Now in yesterday's race, in the 5k track race, it did feel great at that quicker speed. Obviously they're meant to be a marathon racing shoe, so they're meant to be one of them things that, you know, allow you to keep your marathon pace for a consistent amount of time, not necessarily a 5k pace. But they felt awesome. They really did work over that 5k distance for me. So I will do a review on these. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. We'll go into a lot more detail because I don't want to make this a shoe review at all. This is just talking about them. But yeah, I think these weren't. I didn't pick these because I think they were the best choice. But I would definitely pick, I didn't think they wasn't the best choice either. I just thought, I wonder how the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 performs over a 5k, and wanted to find that out as a sort of reviewer, shoe reviewer. I'm always looking to provide, a perspective of lots of different things, rather than always running on what I think my best shoe is, sort of thinking, okay, how would it be in a different shoe? So yeah, performed really, really well. I'm going to talk about these, the Free State Energy Gummies. Now just quickly, these were sent to me, and I do earn a small commission when people order these, but that's at no extra cost to you, about providing information to you guys and giving you things that I think or hopefully can help you with your running journey, your PBs and things like that. So these are just basically some little small gummies which you'll see here, that taste really, really nice. They're kind of like fruity blueberry type tropical taste, and they've got 30 milligrams in them per little chewable thing. They're really easy to chew, really easy to swallow, and I just took these before the race. So I took 2 of these, which would give me 60 milligrams of caffeine before the race. They're not just caffeine, so they've got obviously carbs in them as well. They've got vitamins and that sort of stuff. So we've just got on here that they've got vitamin B3, B5, B6, and most importantly vitamin B12. So these are all things that are very good in terms of sports performance. People might be worried about the caffeine in these. The caffeine content isn't exceptionally high, so people that tend to get GI issues are when your sort of caffeine content is 100 milligrams or over in about a half an hour to an hour window of consuming that. So these are 30 milligrams and 60 milligrams in total if you take both. So you should be well okay intermittent fast. So when I go out for a run, unless it's in the afternoon, I don't eat. So sometimes I take these on a run. So even with an empty stomach, I don't get any issues with these at all. No sort of runner's runs, if you know what I mean, or anything like that. So yeah, check out the link in the description of the Free State Gummies with a Running Man Sam discount there. The other thing I want to talk about really quickly, which I will be doing a review of, is the Hydra Gun Atom. As you can see, it is absolutely tiny, but still incredibly powerful. And I've been using this today for my recovery on my calves, my hamstrings. They're a little bit beat up. They're not too bad. I'm going to go for a long run actually in a minute. So I'm just sort of more priming the muscles for the run. But yeah, look out for the Hydra Gun massage review, which I'll be releasing very soon, and be making a conscious effort now to bring this channel back to how it was in the prime days when I was releasing 2 videos or so a week. Because I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it. It's just been difficult with Logan when he was in intensive care, and then obviously settling in and all those kind of things. But I'm not going to keep making excuses. I'm going to try and make the time to get this done. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then hit that like, hit the subscribe for all those running related content. If you've got any questions about any of the things that you've seen today, the shoes, the energy gummies, the Hydra Gun, or any questions about the race, or anything like that, then always drop me a comment down below. It's really nice to always catch up with you guys there and sort of hear what you're thinking about what I'm showing you or what I'm talking about. So that's it, guys. Nothing else to say today for once. I will see you guys in a bit.